This is Calvin Castine and we're at Beekmantown Central School. It's Mickey Mantle's birthday, October 20th, 1998, and we're here for CVAC Modified and Varsity Gymnastics, the AuSable Valley Patriots, today visiting the Beekmantown Eagles. They'll be bringing out the gymnasts in just a moment. We will tell you that Michelle Boysen and Jen Musso are the coaches for Beekmantown, and over on the visiting AuSable Valley side is Jody Renadette and Michelle Dupree-Timmons. And it sounds like any moment now we'll be getting this underway. They'll be introducing the performers, I guess. We'll listen in and find out what's happening together.
Welcome to Beekmantown Central School. Today's meet is against the AuSable Valley Patriots. The Eagles are coached by Jen Musso and Michelle Boysen. Their captains are Trisha Lewis and Teresa Little. AuSable Valley is coached by Michelle Timmons and Jody Renadette. The captains are Molly Gardner and Courtney Lewis. The Eagles are coached by Laura Winter-Oren and Kim Dunn-Wade. Please hear your national anthem.
There will be modified followed by varsity. The modified goes up, and then when they get done, the varsity gets right into it. AuSable will be starting off on the uneven bars and starting off on the vault will be Beekmantown. So up first here on the bars, that was Heather Grimmett from AuSable. We'll have to keep our eye open because we've tried to line up so we can get the vault at the same time. We'll try to get these vaulters, and while we're concentrating on the bars, we'll be keeping our third eye on the vaulters to see if somebody's coming down the pike. That first vaulter was supposed to be Tanea Fournier from Beekmantown. Up next on the uneven bars is Jen Foster. The delay here is not really a delay. They're waiting for the judge to give her rating. This should be Fournier again. So that was, let's see, Tanea Fournier on the vault. We had Heather Grimmett on the uneven bars and Jen Foster coming right up. And up next on the vault should be Natasha Hogue. And she'll go as soon as the judge gives her the sign. There are 2 judges, one at each event. There's a judge for the bars, and here's the judge for the vault. So we'll keep our eye on the judges in addition to all the gymnasts. It's very tough to cover this meet in a situation where there's just one camera, because if we missed one performer, and we're not familiar with these kids, have a vaulter coming, so we've backed up the picture here. Alright. We miss one kid, and as soon as we get out of order, we end up calling everybody by the wrong name all the way through. Alright, that on the bars was Jen Foster. The vaulter, and I think she'll be coming back again, is Natasha Hogue. And what helps confuse me is that I have to switch from the Beekmantown side to the AuSable side of my sheet and go from one event to the other. So I have to make sure I'm looking at the right event. So I'm switching from vault to bars, from Beekmantown to AuSable, and trying to run the camera. So it can get a little confusing for yours truly, and hopefully it won't be too confusing for those of you watching at home. Okay, coming up on the uneven bars from AuSable Valley will be Nicole Calkins, and I believe here we come again. I believe that was the second vault for Natasha Hogue for Beekmantown. Next on the vault should be Amanda Carey for the Eagles. Now Calkins is up. Modified routine is a little bit shorter than what the varsity routine will be. The last modified should be Jessie Bola on the uneven bars, and they'll go to the varsity for AuSable. And we're waiting the second vault, no, first vault here by Amanda Carey. Set for Carey's next vault. And she is done. And we're waiting Jessie Bola. Here we go. Next vaulter will be Amber Irby for Beekmantown. Now we'll go to the varsity vaulters, and we have, the last modified vaulter who will go to varsity on the bars. Okay, that should be Amber Irby from Beekmantown. She'll have one more. What'll help me here for AuSable is that the varsity and modified have different uniforms. The modified are wearing the old style that the varsity used to wear. Okay, first up on the uneven bars for AuSable is Amanda Senecal. Amanda Senecal going first. And we're waiting for the last vault by Amber Irby on the modified. Irby is done, and we're into the varsity uneven bars. first on the uneven bars, and that was Amanda Senecal. Jen St. Dennis. She's a varsity performer. I think, let's see, I'm not sure, there are 6 varsity performers at each level. She is an exhibition only. So they send out their top 6, but they let the others that want to do the event apparently also do it. So Jen is exhibition only. There'll be 6 more. And on the AuSable side here on the uneven bars, they have only 5 that perform in the uneven bars, so that cuts into their total right from the start. As we're taping this, Beekmantown and Ticonderoga are in a big battle for first place supremacy in gymnastics in the CVAC. Molly Gardner will be up next on the bars for AuSable. Exhibition only, but pretty darn good vaulting. And looks like she's proud of it. Tracy Fountain will be up as the first of the 6 that count here for Beekmantown. You can score at home if you'd like. I suppose one of these days I should take a peek at a score sheet just to see what categories each event is scored under. I'm pretty sure that some of these events have mandatory things that they do that they say that they're going to do before, and then they have to do them. Alright, there's our first varsity vaulter that counts. Now we're into the second one on the uneven bars for AuSable Valley. Now when these guys get done, they'll switch events. Beekmantown will come here to the uneven bars, and AuSable will go to the vault. Alright, that was Molly Gardner. Next up will be Jatha Miner for AuSable Valley. And we have Tracy Fountain with her second vault coming right up. So she thought she got the signal. Yes, she did, and here she comes. Tracy Fountain. Up next for Beekmantown will be Eileen Svensson. Svensson will be up next. And this should be Jatha Miner. And one thing I love to hear when I'm doing these things is somebody just did what one of these girls did over here, saying, "Come on, Jatha Miner," because that lets me know that I'm right on the money as far as who's doing it. I pay close attention to the cheering to make sure that I haven't skipped ahead or behind, which sometimes happens. The Miner. And here comes Svensson. Svensson's first vault. Julie Bola will be next on the uneven bars as they adjust the bars. They adjust them according to what's best for the performer, the gymnast. Okay, here's the second vault. ready for Bola on the uneven bars as Svensson finishes her vaults. Whoa! Wow, oh, nice dismount, but nice idea. And here comes the vaulter. Alright, that vaulter was Michelle Kelly from Beekmantown. And now Courtney White. If I haven't lost count here, this should be the last one on the uneven bars for AuSable. Courtney White should be the last one up here if we haven't lost track. Now Michelle Kelly. Next up will be Stacy Banhold. Stacy Banhold next on the vault. Vault number 1 for Stacy Banhold. They've been working feverishly here, trying to get the uneven bars set and the landing mat where they want it. And we're set for White. And Banholt, in the meantime, does her second vault. Dismount. That was Courtney White. Next up on the vault, Katie Marr. Katie Marr is up next, and I believe we're done with the AuSable portion of the uneven bars. And there'll be one more vaulter after Marr. Katie Marr's first vault. The chin-up competition is going on as we watch the vaulting. It can sometimes be a wait while the judge deciphers what she's scoring. Here we go. She's set for the second vault by Marr. Okay, that was Marr's second, and next we have Kaylin Fassett coming up. Kaylin Fassett next. Oh, this is Kaylin Fassett, and I'm going to guess that she is not a senior, but the coaches usually send these participants up in the order that they expect them to score, saving their highest score for last in each event. So Fassett ready for her first vault. not a senior. Alright, that's going to conclude the vault, and well, at least the Beekmantown half of the vault. Next will be AuSable on the vault and Beekmantown on the uneven bars. I will give you this girl's name in a moment. Beekmantown starts on the uneven bars, and we have a vaulter coming. Any moment now. Alright, I'll tell you who the vaulter was and who the girl on the uneven bars is. Comes off limping. You see a lot of ankles taped up, and it's got to be painful coming down. She is in pain. Saying ouch. Alright, that was the second vault for Kim Senecal. One of the three Senecal sisters for AuSable. And the first one on the bars for Beekmantown was Jamie Stowe. And this should be Amanda Carey next here. Amanda Carey coming up. And next vaulter should be Christina Poland for AuSable. Amanda Carey. Amanda Carey, and next up will be the varsity for Beekmantown on the uneven bars. And this is Christina Poland on the vault. She is modified. Christina Poland. And Nikki Rollier will be the first varsity, exhibition only, however, on the uneven bars. Nikki Rollier for Beekmantown. A late addition. Coach came over and wrote her name on here. Scratched another name off and wrote her name on. Just moments ago. Remember, we have the balance beam and floor routine coming up, and when it comes to balance beam and floor routine, or concentration will be on the floor routine. We'll try to get as much of the balance beam as we can, just as we're trying to get all the vaults here while concentrating on the uneven bars. So, Nikki Rollier. Alright, we might be to the third vaulter here. And if we are, that would be Nicole Calkins. Nicole Calkins for AuSable Valley. And Katie Marr due up next here for Beekmantown on the uneven bars. Marr is also exhibition only. It looks like we've got a varsity vaulter coming up here for AuSable, which would be Amanda Senecal. So I'm not sure what we did about Mallory Valk. if she was our last one and we ended up goofing up somewhere here. And Amanda Senecal is supposed to be the first varsity, and we have one coming and we have one going up on the bars, so there we go. And we're right into here on the uneven bars. So we're going to assume that that was Senecal on the vault. It may have skipped one, or it may have been one that didn't go and the coaches didn't tell us. Anything is possibility. Ideally, you need about, whoa, nice dismount. You need about 3 people to cover this. That was on the bars, that was Katie Marr. Now we have Senecal. And the coaches like it. And Jess Senecal would be next. And over here, Eileen Svensson is supposed to be the first of the 6 that count here for Beekmantown on the bars. But first, here's Jess Senecal. Now Eileen Svensson. Waiting for the judge. And the judge says go. Leah Mills is next, and when Mills is going to do that, we'll have should be having Senecal's second vault coming right up. Jess Senecal's second vault. Next should be Jatha Minor on the vault for AuSable Valley. And waiting patiently here is Leah Mills. The vaults are coming just in time. Oops. We'll let her do it again. I think she'll let her take her first one again. Should be Jatha Minor. And we'll try this approach again. And here we have Jen St. Denis for Beekmantown on the uneven bars. Looks like Minor will be coming again, so they're going to let her do 2. St. Denis is up. And Minor just wasn't happy with her approach, and it's a good idea. If you're not happy with that approach, don't kill yourself. Go in there and go head over heels and not have confidence in how you're going to do it. Whoa! That has got to hurt. It's a good way to hurt your back. Beekmantown Athletic Director Steve Broadwell out to offer a helping hand. And looks like she'll be all right. I think she had the wind knocked out of her. And that can aggravate asthma if you've got it. This is Molly Gardner. Molly Gardner for AuSable Valley. And Michelle Kelly here for Beekmantown. Have a vaulter coming. And we missed the dismount there. Sorry about that. I don't know if we've just moved up to another vaulter here. That's Julie Bola. I thought Gardner only did 1. And it looks like Bola only did 1. And next we have Stacy Banholt for Beekmantown. Oh, okay. I think Bola's coming back up again for a second. And I think Gardner only did 1. It looked like the judge was a little confused on the situation too. That was Stacy Banholt for Beekmantown. Looks like they're trying to explain the situation over there, and unfortunately for me, I don't get to hear what's happening over there. And I believe we have our last one here, Kaylin Fassett coming up. Kaylin, I'm not a senior Fassett. And I believe Julie Bola's got her last vault to do over here. Here comes Bola. And now that would bring up Courtney White, and we see White getting into position. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Fassett is ready to get up to the bar. Ready to belly up to the bars here. Shayna Fassett was one of the outstanding gymnasts for Beekmantown in the CVAC last year. And that was Kalen. That concludes the uneven bars for Beekmantown. And now before we go to the beam and the floor routine, we have Courtney White to do her 2 vaults. That was the first vault for Courtney White. She'll be the last vaulter of the day, and she has one more coming right up. All right, that concludes the uneven bars and the vault. And up next, here on Hometown Cable, we have the floor routine and the balance beam. We'll be concentrating on the floor routine. We'll try to get an angle where we can glance over at the balance beam while concentrating on the floor routine. We'll do our best with one camera here. For those of you scoring at home, let's give you the varsity scores that we have so far. We tried to pick up over the PA system. In the vault for AuSable, Amanda Senecal 5'9", Jess Senecal 6'2", Jatha Minor 6'1", Molly Gardner 6.05, Julie Bola 6'8", and Courtney White 7'8". In AuSable on the uneven bars, Amanda Senecal 4.5, Molly Gardner 4.7, Jatha Minor 5.5, Julie Bola 6.4, and Courtney White 7.9. On the Beekmantown side, on the vault, Jen St. Dennis 6.7, Tracy Fountain 6.5, Eileen Svensson 6.9, Michelle Kelly 7.45, Stacy Banhold 7.4, Katie Marr 7.5, and Kaylin Fassett 7.9. On the uneven bars for Beekmantown, Nikki Rollier is 3.9, Katie Marr is 6'8", Eileen Svensson 7.0, Leah Mills is 6.9, Jen St. Dennis 6'6", Michelle Kelly 6.7, Stacy Banhold 7.2, and Stacy, let's make that Kaylin Fassett 8.2. So write those down, and we'll hopefully have the totals for the beam and the floor before we leave today. All right, Sylvia Gooden will be up first on the beam for the modified for the Beekmantown team. Sylvia Gooden, it looks like she is anxious to get up there. Said I can't wait. Oh, we got somebody on the floor here. Let's pay attention to her. That's what we're going to concentrate on. We're going to concentrate on the floor and do what we can on the beam. So it's possible we're going to miss some people on the beam, but if we don't concentrate on one event here, we end up missing the same kid in different events. And we have found the fairest way to do it is do it this way: cover the floor and do what we can on the balance beam. That's on the floor here for AuSable is Christina Poland. She's modified. That's Christina Poland. Now let's get over here to Sylvia Gooden. Sylvia Gooden on the balance beam. And next on the floor should be Tammy Roberts for Beekmantown. For AuSable, excuse me. AuSable, Tammy Roberts on the floor. And next beamer should be Amanda Carey. We're still in the modified here. This should be Tammy Roberts. Waiting for her music to start. That was Tammy Roberts from AuSable. And we're waiting Amanda Carey from Beekmantown. Waiting for you, Judge. Okay, so get up there. And see, next on the floor should be Alicia Mitchell for AuSable. And if she gets on the floor before this young Carey girl is off the beam, we'll go to the floor. Amanda Carey. And we're set for Alicia Mitchell. Good timing. That was Mitchell. That was Alicia Mitchell. We have Kim Senecal left will be modified, and here should be Amber Kirby coming right up. It looks like Senecal and Irby are going to start about the same time. Hopefully we'll get to some of Irby. Get a glance of Irby up there. I hate to miss somebody completely, and that could happen because she started in the middle of the floor routine here. Amanda Senecal will be the first on the floor for the varsity from AuSable Valley. And first on the beam, exhibition only, will be Rachel DePetta for Beekmantown. Both judges are over here, not quite sure what's happening. Maybe we're gonna have both judges doing the varsity on these levels. We'll see. Hopefully that'll be nice. Means we'll get to concentrate on both. This is Beekmantown. Exhibition only, Rachel DePetta. We have both judges here, so maybe we're gonna have two judges for the floor and the balance beam on the varsity level, and just have one judge on the modified level. Rachel DePetta. Next will be St. Dennis. That's her first name. Jamie, is it? Jen St. Dennis will be next. She's exhibition only also. Okay, what we had was this judge helping the other judge. This judge here, I guess, wasn't sure if she was doing this right, so before she got too far into the varsity, she wanted the other judge to kind of score one along with her and see how they compare, and the other judge went away saying, "Just fine." So we have Jen St. Dennis up on the beam, and on the floor is Amanda Senecal. looks like our St. Denis girl was done also. So that was Amanda Senecal on the floor. Jen St. Denis, we got just a little bit up on the beam. Again, we are concentrating on the floor routine, so we're going to miss some of these young ladies on the balance beam. Tracy Fountain is up next on the beam, and on the floor where the camera will be was Kristen Bombard. Okay, here's Tracy Fountain. First of the 6 that count here on the beam. But as soon as the floor routine starts, which will be momentarily, we're going to switch over to Kristen Bombard. She is on the floor. Unfortunately, they're starting and stopping at just about the same time here, so we're not getting much on the balance beam. Teresa Riddle will be next on the balance beam, and on the floor will be Jatha Minor. Jatha Minor on the floor, coming right up. Jatha Minor. Teresa Riddle still waiting to start on the beam. Glance just to show you Riddle up on the beam. I'm blaming this on the judges. The judges are starting these kids at the same time, they're ending at the same time. It's not my fault. Up next, on the floor, will be Julie Bola for AuSable, for Beekmantown. Katie Marr on the beam. Let's check that. Trisha Lewis on the beam. Trisha Lewis up next for Beekmantown. Alright, the floor will start first. Julie Bola. And of course we have Trisha Lewis waiting to go on the beam. And fortunately for Trisha Lewis, the judge is still deciphering over there, so we're going to get to see Lewis on the balance beam. So maybe we'll be synchronized so we can get them both events here. That was Bola on the floor for AuSable. This is Lewis for Beekmantown on the beam. Next up on the floor should be Molly Gardner. Molly Gardner when we go back to the floor. Was Lewis. And we have Flynn. Excuse me, not Flynn. Gardner. Molly Gardner. Courtney Gardner. And we're right back with the balance beam. Alright, now we have Katie Marr coming up here on the beam. If she doesn't get up there pretty soon, Courtney White will be on the floor doing her floor routine. Waiting for the judge. Okay, let the show begin. Katie Marr. Judge gives a signal to White. White's on the floor. And music begins. That's the last of the AuSable floor routine. That was Courtney White. And we have two more in the balance beam for Beekmantown, Stacy Van Holt coming right up. After this, Beekmantown will go to the floor and AuSable Valley will get on the beam. Lacey Van Holt. And now Kaylin, not a senior, Facette. Was Kaylin Facette. Now one more event for each school coming up, so don't go away here on Hometown Cable. Alright, they caught us napping here on the floor. The Beekmantown modified is Tanea Fournier. And on the beam for AuSable is Cassie Anderson, and hopefully we'll get at least a glimpse of Cassie Anderson before she gets off the beam. Well, the other girl is standing in the corner. We'll shoot Anderson. I know we're disappointing kids when we do this and we can't cover them, especially like I believe Anderson. This is the only event she's in, and all right, that completes that, and Anderson's done too. Mighty poor timing there, mighty poor. Kim Seneca will go on the beam next for AuSable, and on the floor next, following Tanea Fournier, we have next Amanda Carey for Beekmantown, who's of course modified for both. Says I meant to do that. A balance beam is timed. They have certain things they have to do, and they have a certain time limit to do them in. So you hear the warning sound once in a while. Time, she's done. People with stopwatches are right there. Amber Irby is on the floor, and Jessie Bola will be next on the beam for AuSable. This is Bola on the floor for Beekmantown. Not Bola, excuse me, this is Amber Irby. Amber Irby is on the floor. Irby for Beekmantown on the floor routine. Now we have Bola on the floor, on the beam here. Jessie Bola for AuSable, waiting for the judge. And when we get back to the floor, in case we move there suddenly, we'll tell you now, it's Jamie Stroh. Jamie Stroh will be the last modified on the floor for Beekmantown. In the meantime, here's Bola. I'll stick with her until Stroh starts her floor routine. This should be Jamie Stroh. Smile, Dania, smile. Non-scoring, first varsity for AuSable should be Amanda Senecal. We might get to her hopefully before Jen St. Denis. First varsity for Beekmantown, also not scoring, goes to the floor. So it's a race here. Either it's going to be St. Denis over there on the floor or Senecal here on the beam. Looks like we're going to the floor, so we'll glance at Senecal, and that's about all we can do. See Dennis on the floor routine. Kristen Bombard will be the first one. Oh, excuse me, that's not Bombard. This is Bombard over here. Kristen Bombard will be the first one who will be scored here on the beam for AuSable. And Michelle Kelly will go on the floor for Beekmantown, but she will not be scored. She'll be scored, but it won't count for the team scoring. Only the final 6 in each category count for the team scoring. Alright, this is Michelle Kelly. Although we heard people saying, "Come on, Jen," so. I don't know. They're hearing, "Come on, Jess." Maybe this is Jess Senecal. Maybe it's not Kristen Bombard. Maybe we're all mixed up again. Now it sounds like they're saying, "Come on, Jess," which would make this Jess Senecal. We had Kristen Bombard do up. So maybe we lost track a little bit. Certainly possible. Michelle Kelly appears to be coming up next. We're hearing, "Come on, Michelle." So I guess the one on the floor was Jen St. Denis, and somehow we got mixed up here, which is only surprising that we haven't done more of that. We're hearing "Come On Jamie" here, so this would be Jamie Dubé. One who just finished. Should have been Jess Senecal. Somewhere in there was Kristen Bombard. Somewhere in there was Amanda Senecal, unless they skipped somebody. Here we somehow got ahead of things, I guess. This is Michelle Kelly. Jen St. Denis just finished. Meanwhile, the poker game is over here. Alright. Michelle Kelly, right? Right, Michelle Kelly. Meantime, what's her name? Jamie Dubé is up here. I think this is Dubé's only event too. That's why we hate to not cover everything. But due to lack of financial support from our viewers, this is what we're forced to do here. If the viewing public would support us, this is public supported television that you're watching. Our address is 1477 Ridge Road in Champlain. If you and 100 of your friends want to send us a contribution to help expand our programming, 1477 Ridge Road, Champlain, hometown cable is the name. Taping local events is our game. She's done. Dubé is still on the beam. That was Michelle Kelly just finished on the floor. Again, I think this is Dubé's only event, and we always feel we let people down when we don't get every kid at least once. Okay, Molly Gardner is due up here on the beam. Trisha Lewis, according to my sheet, is due up on the floor. I don't think that's Lewis though. But we're hearing Teresa, so maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that is Teresa Riddle. Yeah, Teresa, we're hearing Teresa. Don't know what happened to Trisha Lewis. Maybe that girl who just got done was Trisha Lewis. We are definitely in a confused mode here on Hometown Cable. The girl with the stopwatch is ready. With the most important job of here. We're hearing Teresa. So we're assuming this is Teresa Riddle. We heard "Come On Michelle" last time. We assumed it was Michelle Kelly. Maybe it was Trisha Lewis. All we have to go by is the order that we were given before the events started. This should be Molly Gardner going on the beam. And again, we believe this is Teresa Riddle. Smiling Teresa Riddle. Makes you want to go home and watch Fiddler on the Roof. Molly Gardner. What Katie Marr do next on the floor? Watch that first step, it's a doozy. Julie Bola should be going up on the beam next. She's the next to the last for the beam for AuSable. And Katie Marr is doing the floor right now for Beekmantown. Katie Marr. Katie Marr, and she gets done just in time for Julie Bola to get on the beam. Impeccable timing. Due up next on the floor is Tracy Fountain. Tracy Fountain next on the floor. One more on the beam, and that's going to be Courtney White. That was Julie Bola, who just finished. Courtney White is left to go on the beam. But first, we have this very important message from Tracy Fountain. We're awaiting Courtney White, which will be the last one on the balance beam for today. And we have two more on the floor. We have Kaylin Fassett and Stacy Banholt. Kaylin Fassett is on the floor. Good timing here by White. Just in time for Fassett to start her routine. Kaylin Fassett. We have one more. And if you said that looks a lot like Stacy Banholt, you were right. was Stacy Van Holt, and that concludes the competition. The AuSable Valley Patriots visiting the Beekmantown Eagles in CVAC varsity gymnastics and modified also. The results for the varsity: Beekmantown finished with a total of 150.75, defeating AuSable. That finished with 127.05. Kayleen Fassett and Stacy Banhold finished 1-2 in the competition, with Courtney White from AuSable finishing in third place. In the vault, it was Fassett with 7.9, White with 7.8, Marr with 7.5, Kelly with 7.45, Banholt 7.4, and Svensson 6.9. On the bars, Fassett 8.2, Banholt 7.2, a tie between Svensson and White at 7.0. Then it was Mills at 6.9 and Kelly at 6.7. On the beam, it was Fassett 8.6, Banholt 7.9, Marr 7.1, Lewis 6.8, White 6.7, and Riddle 6.4. On the floor, Banholt 8.9, Fassett 8.7, White 8.4, Marr 8 even. Riddle was 7.7 and Gardner 7.6. Overall, Fassett 33.4, Banholt 31.4, White 29.4, Bola with 26.8, and Gardner from AuSable 24.25. Thanks for watching.